you wanted the best, you've got the best podcast. The hottest podcast in the world. The Chris Voss Show, the preeminent podcast with guests so smart you may experience serious brain bleed. The CEOs, authors, thought leaders, visionaries, and motivators. Get ready. Strap yourself in. Keep your hands, arms, and legs inside the vehicle at all times, because you're about to go on a monster education roller coaster with your brain. Now, here's your host, Chris Voss.
Hi, folks. It's Voss here from the ChrisVossShow.com. Doing there, latest things that makes it official. Welcome to the big show. As always, we appreciate you guys coming by. For 16 years and over 2,200 episodes, the Chris Voss Show has been bringing the smartest people, the brightest minds, the people who inspire you, the people who take you to the next level. And we have another young man on the show with us today we'll be talking to as well. In the meantime, go to goodreads.com. Tell him Chris Voss sent you. Go to Facebook. What is it? Facebook, ChrisVossFacebook.com, and all the other places we are on the internet. He's the author of the latest book that just came out, Transcendent CEO and Culture is the name of his book, and you can learn how to do that as well. We've got Satyen Raja on the show with us today. Did I get your name right, Satyen?
You got it really well, and I appreciate the young man accolade, which is sometimes I don't feel that way.
No matter how we feel, we got two young men sitting here chopping it up. So welcome to the show, sir. Give us your .coms. Tell us more about where people can find you on the interwebs.
Yeah, my website is warriorsage.com. I'm also on LinkedIn. I'm also on Facebook underneath my name, Satyen Raja. But warriorsage.com is where you can find all of our free trainings and downloads and good stuff to raise your consciousness and your business.
So you're a world-renowned teacher, mentor, and guide, deemed the CEO Oracle for your extraordinary ability to move companies beyond old business models of struggle into a new paradigm of passion, purpose, freedom, and the magic of the flow. You've been building and scaling businesses for over 30 years. So welcome to the show. Give us a 30,000 overview of what's inside your new book.
The new book, Transcendent CEO, is really lessons, teachings, wisdoms, insights from my years with mentoring, guiding, advising prominent business leaders all around the world who have, had certain challenges, personal challenges, professional challenges, ceilings, mindset obstacles, challenges with their growth, 911s, and basically it's me sharing all the great wisdoms, insights, and lessons in a practical way that immediately a business leader can go, okay, here's the shift I need to make so I can go from contracted state, going from a problem into an opportunity. So I've compiled all of that together. And the Transcendent Culture book, which is a companion book, is how to create and sustain super teams, ones that are going to cross the finish line, so that it's not just taking the power of the leader to move everything forward, but that you create a team that is inspired, aligned, awakened, and solid. So both those combined, magnifying our own leadership, magnifying our team's capacity, it makes for a 1-2 hit combo that creates unstoppable companies.
Having great teams in a company, why is that important?
The success of any organization, regardless of what we're offering, is the human dynamics in the organization. The human dynamics, how well we flow with each other, how well we work with each other, what's the affinity like, how integral are with each other, how do we lift and support each other? And that all starts with the leader of the company themselves.
Mm-hmm. It all comes down from that leader, so basically the transcendent CEO. So tell us a little bit about your journey through life. How did you grow up? How were you raised? What influenced you? And how did you get down some of these roads that brought you here?
I come from an entrepreneurial Indian family. We came from Africa to Canada, settled there. My parents went through all types of fluctuations in life based on running a business. And so I learned grassroots business right from day one as a youngster, going around with my parents, all their businesses. And I realized there's a lot of shortcomings in business. There's a lot of overwhelm, a lot of struggle, a lot of strain, overwhelm, you name it. We got a lot of shadow side to that. And we also have great success. We have great capacity, potentials in our businesses. And so going down this journey, I realized I want to create businesses that not only create great money, great success, great impact. I want to do it in a way that's wholesome, that keeps my family intact, which makes it so that there's deep love in my relationship with my wife, my children, and that I'm living a life of peace, tranquility, and ease while I'm scaling and having a successful business. Usually these are antithesis. Usually there's, you grow in business, but you're going to suffer in your personal life, or you grow your personal life, but you suffer in business. I said, to hell with that. Let's not do that. Let's create a new way so that we can have both and achieve all that we want in life. And that's what my life has been around, but for about 30 years. And I've had the pleasure of not only my own companies, but also supporting many positive impact companies take on this philosophy of we can have it all, but it's got to start within.
Good work-life balance, would you call it that?
Work-life balance, but I also like to up it a notch. I like to call it ecstasy. What brings us really in touch with what brings us true fulfillment, happiness, adventure, excitement, as well as a sense of spiritual awakening and growth. Many entrepreneurs I know are on the path of human potential. They know that between their ears is the greatest organ that they have, and they're always constantly working on improving their mindset, their attitude. The work I do goes way deeper, way beyond just surface mindset. It goes deep into our subconscious mind and healing all those restrictions, all those obligations we have to our parents, all those imprints we have around lack and success. And these are the things that hold us back. And when we heal those unconscious negative imprints that are putting a brake on our success, a brake on our financial ceilings, a brake in our happiness at home, when we remove those, it's like an adventure. It's like our soul gets on fire again. And that's my passion. It's to really help entrepreneurs light their soul on fire for a deeper purpose.
Light Your Soul on Fire. Sounds like a great title for a book or a coffee mug you can have in the morning.
That's my next one. That's what
I need is that coffee that lights your soul on fire.
You got it, brother.
Coffee machine or something. That's my next espresso machine I'm ordering. Now, you do this thing now where you hold, I think, events or retreats. What would you call them?
The first step on this path of the warrior sage is what I call it. I call it the path of the warrior sage because my background is extensively in martial arts since I was a youngster. I went on to open up martial arts schools and I learned the philosophies of martial spiritual warriors. And I've applied that to the business life and to the personal life because these wisdoms are applicable in all aspects of life. And so the first step of the path of the warrior sage is the initiation. I call it the enlightened advantage. And as us business leaders, when we awaken our full potential, when we, how can I say, heal the parts having to do with our sexuality, our power dynamics, our money dynamics, then we become a whole next level leader. We kick into synchronicity. We dive into becoming a magnetic force that attracts business and success rather than constantly pushing, striving, and killing ourselves, crushing it, and ending up in the grave with a lot of money, spiritually or mentally or emotionally, which I've seen a lot of entrepreneurs, they're dead on the inside, no matter what success they have on the outside. And that's the part we got to heal as entrepreneurs to go to the next stage. And that's what I offer.
Yeah, that's what my first 10 wives said about me. I was dead on the inside. But they're right.
I almost lost my wife of 38 years because I was a goofball. I spent so much time in business, but I wasn't taking care of my family.
Oh.
And this has happened to so many entrepreneurs. And until I had that slap, that wake-up call, I was acting like any other entrepreneur, which, a lot of great vision, a lot of great mission. I want to be damn successful, but I wasn't thinking of happiness, fulfillment, long-term, soulful fulfillment. And here's the dirty word in business: soul, spirituality, love. These are the realms that we need to bring and awaken to get that multidimensional success that we are truly yearning for as business leaders. And if
There
you
you go.
don't, you're going to fail. And you're going to, no matter how much money you are, you're going to fail. This is not about failing life. It's about winning life. And life includes our connection to ourself, spirit, our families, our faith, our finances, our fitness, our fun in life. And so for me, it's essential not only to have balance, but to make a life, to create a life of what's the life you want to live, not just the business you want to create.
What if you're like me? You sold your soul for business. You're kind of screwed, right?
If you sold your soul for business, you better buy.
Buy it back.
You better tear up that contract and make a contract with your
Oh,
soul again.
there
All
you go.
right, because I'll tell you something. The devil's going to bite your ass all the time. It's going to want the best of you for its own purposes. Your soul is much more quiet. It knows that true fulfillment and happiness doesn't come only from material gain. It comes from spiritual wisdom
Hmm.
and settling within ourselves, settling our relationships, having our relationships sparked up and juicy with our partners, having our children honor and love and respect us. And for some of us, we got to do the journey to win that back.
Hmm.
But it's available. I've done it. Hundreds of entrepreneurs I've served have done it. And now they all, and myself, have experienced a sense of equilibrium in life, which is far more than just cash in the pocket. Although that's pretty nice too. That actually grows and magnifies when you're fulfilled rather than neurotically losing everything all the time because you're still in your ego.
Ego can be a dangerous thing and a very deceptive place to be. So tell us about some of your retreats and events that you have going on right now. I see that you've got a schedule up on your website and things that are happening here in the future.
So the main retreat, that is the initiation that everyone here, if you're inspired or touched by what I have shared here, the first retreat is called it's called awakening your soul's fire. That's the essence of it, awakening your soul's fire. And it's
Hmm.
all about for us having the enlightened advantage. And so how that starts off is we do a one-on-one meeting. I want to make sure that anyone I'm meeting with, I want to take a look at what's the biggest challenge and obstacle, personal or professional, and heal that. Or what's the biggest, if you will, opportunity that needs to be awakened and enlivened and brought into reality. So I
Hmm.
like to start with that, and then we dive into a 5-day retreat where sometimes these are done in Costa Rica, sometimes they're done in other places around the world. But
Hmm.
what we do in that retreat, we also experience the sacred plant power teachers like ayahuasca, which is very popular nowadays.
Oh,
Ayahuasca is
yeah.
something that I've been leading for over 3.5 decades. I was trained by Peruvian shamans on how to administer this profound awakening methodology which utilizes the wisdom traditions of the Amazon. And so this is no lightweight shit. This is for entrepreneurs who are like, you know what, I'm done with a life of mediocrity. I'm done with just spinning my wheels and overwhelmed. I want to have a whole new upgrade of my whole way of being. So this is the invitation. That's where we start. We start with the initiation process, and the initiation on the path of the warrior sage is this immersive start, and that I do every other month. I do that around the world. And anyone who has an inspiration, all you have to do is first of all have a chat with me and see if it's a correct fit for you, and let's check out if you really got the gumption it takes to move yourself forward in the way your soul's calling you.
The gumption, as it were. You do some other things on your website. You've got a content library and a mentorship. Tell us about how that private conversations work where you can request that on for your website.
When you go to the website, you can set up a personal consultation with me. This is where I go through your good, bad, your ugly, what's working well, what's dynamite, what's not, what's the stuff that you don't want to look at, what's the stuff you're hiding, burying, and suppressing. And
Oh.
look, the straight up is I'm not interested in fancy positive talk. I'm interested in working with entrepreneurs who want a radical upgrade, success upgrade. And to
Hmm.
do that, you got to be damn honest. You got to be willing to say, hey, let's get vulnerable. Let's find out if I'm truly ready for the expansion that my essence is calling for. So that's what I start off with the conversation. We get on the call, we get on Zoom, just like you and I are doing, and we get brass tacks. Let's flush it out. Let's look at what's on the table and what really needs to grow. Then the next step is get your ass over to one of my retreats. Put your keys away, put your cell phone away, put all your doubts away, put all your excuses away, and allow yourself to be rebooted at a core level of being. And the other thing is I work with specifically entrepreneurs.
Hmm.
Why I work with entrepreneurs? Because I'm an entrepreneur and I know the ins and outs, and my wife does as well. We know the ins and outs lifestyle, business leaders lifestyle. It's totally different than everybody else. It's its own unique game of challenge. And unless you have someone who knows how to deal with that, you're going to be lost.
Hmm.
So that's the first step. If people enjoy our retreats and they're really blown wide open, then the work working with me is we have the Warrior Sage Mastermind. And this is a group of kick-ass entrepreneurs from all around the world.
I think we're losing you. I don't know if you can hear. I think we're losing you on the feed. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Roger? All right, we lost. You said a kick-ass mastermind.
Yeah,
we
so
lost about a minute or so.
I'll summarize the mastermind. So
Okay.
so I have the Warrior Sage Mastermind, which is for kick-ass entrepreneurs, business leaders who are on the path growing themselves, their businesses, and want to do this with other business leaders who are on that path together. Because it's rare to find business folks who are humming at that same level, who understand that their inner life is reflected in their business. And so it's really a stellar kick-ass group of entrepreneurs like nowhere else in the world.
And so I guess that's one of the benefits of working with you at some of these events is you get to hobnob and network with other people like yourself and be able to get inspired from them as well.
I got to tell you, humbly, I'm probably one of the least intelligent guys in my circle that I lead. It's brilliant and amazing to be around and to learn from other kick-ass, top-notch, seasoned entrepreneurs. Some of them multi-millionaires. Some of them are doing billion-dollar companies. Some of them have smaller or mid-sized companies. But what's amazing is each one of them have a profound level of life wisdom, that's like when they're speaking, I'm listening. And it doesn't matter what success I've had, I'm listening. Because, we get to shave off making a lot of mistakes when you're hanging out with other leaders who are really sharp and aren't going to pull any punches. One of the things I have is in my Warrior Sage philosophy is we don't pull punches with each other. If I see bullshit in you, I'm going to call it. If I see magnificence in you, I'm going to call it. And I expect the same of all of my CEOs who work together so that we grow together, but in honesty, in truth, and in mutual camaraderie, just like the, the Musketeers.
Oh, yeah. The Three Musketeers.
Yeah.
All that. So as we go out, give people a final pitch out, how they can reach out to you, how they can get in touch. I imagine you do company retreats, like maybe custom company retreats for companies.
Absolutely. We have our executive black belt development for companies of various size organizations. This is to create super teams. If you've got a team and you want to make them a super team and you want to make them cross the finish line with your biggest dreams and aspirations, the executive black belt training is what we offer these type of stellar type teams. And the first step really is to get onto my website, warriorsage.com, or hit me up on Facebook, Satyen Raja, and have a chat with me. There's no going to be any pushing or high pitch anything. I want to get to know you. I want to get to know what's the reality of what's going on personally and professionally. And if I truly feel that what I've got going on can help you, I'll let you know what the next steps are. But the main thing is that you got to go from complacency and going from self-complaining, going from apathy, going from just trying to spin the wheels the old way, and recognize there's a whole new way, and have faith. There's a whole new way of hitting it out of the ballpark with the least amount of effort, with the least amount of struggle, and maximum impact. I've cracked the code with that. I help embody that code in the entrepreneurs I work with. And if you're ready for that, hit me up and I'll be happy to chat with you.
Oh, that sounds like an awesome deal. Thank you very much for coming on the show. We really appreciate it.
It's awesome to have you, and many alohas from the beautiful island of Hawaii.
Aloha. I just ordered some wonderful coffee from you guys for my espresso machines. The Kona out there.
Kona coffee is like one of the best in the world. It's incredible. I'm on that island, on the big island.
Oh, well, I'll look forward to drinking it. Thank you very much for being on the show. Thanks, Ron, for tuning in. Be sure to check out his website. You can check out that book that you can order off of his website and check that out as well. Go to goodreads.com/Chris Voss, LinkedIn.com/Chris Voss, Chris Voss, one of the TikTokity, and all those crazy places on the internet. Transcendent CEO and culture. Definitely order it up. Go to goodreads.com/Chris Voss and all the crazy places we have. Be good to each other. Stay safe. We'll see you guys next time. And